Hello everyone, welcome back for another episode of the Anime Podcast Show, episode 33. Here we are. Well, let's start off the show with the first segment of the show, and that would be new interest in anime. This particular series has been intriguing to me. The creator of Fairy Tail, Hiro Mashima, has created a story set in space, introducing three characters, Shiki, Rebecca, and her robotic cat, Happy. Not the same Happy from Fairy Tail, sending them on a journey to explore the universe by searching for Mother, the goddess of the cosmos. This series is called Eden Zero. Eden Zero is a Japanese manga written and illustrated by Hiro Mashima, and the popular franchises he created such as Rave Master and Fairy Tail. It has been serialized in Kodansha's weekly shonen magazine since June 2018, currently released over 26 volumes. As to the start of the anime, it was announced Mashima himself in June 2020, saying that the manga will be adapted into the anime series, then later revealed that the anime will be produced by JC staff. Then the series would air on April 11th, 2021. But to the English side, it has been decided by Netflix. They'd acquired the rights to stream it and release it globally 4 months later on August 2021, including the English dub. But this cast is so different. There are some recognizable voice actors from Funimation who voiced these characters from their dub of Fairy Tail, and the rest will be cast by Bang Zoom Entertainment. It seems an amazing cast though. What was my interest with Eden Zero anyway? I've heard about this series since the early chapters that came out. I don't know, I think it's like 2018 I just mentioned. Yeah, I think like 15 to 20 chapters in. And then 2 years later saw the announcement that Eden Zero is getting an anime adaptation. And I was really excited. Then a year later, someone posted the full trailer in English on YouTube, hearing some recognizable voice actors until Netflix officially released their trailer for the show. And by the time the show came out to Netflix, I was already in lockdown by that point. And I really enjoyed it. And now the second season, by the time the video comes out, I'm hoping the dub will be out by then. But, for season 2. And, yeah, that was it. So that is my interest with Eden Zero. Now let's move on to the next segment of the show, and that would be Topic of the Week segment. For this episode's topic would be, I was wondering who is the best manga artist? I'm gonna have my own opinions about these amazing manga creators who had created so many and iconic franchises. So let's get to it, shall we? Number 10. I have to give this to Kazuki Takahashi, who created Yu-Gi-Oh! He has created a massive franchise that dominated and a successful series. A story and high school student would be becoming the king of games. Duels, friends, rivals, and big bad villains, and of course, in real life, has created a trading card game phenomena to this day. This franchise has gone enough with this amazing popularity of the card game. Thank you, Takahashi-san, for bringing the franchise to life and a worth to our childhoods. And I'm very sad that we heard about his passing last year, and we're going to keep his legacy go forward. Number 9. This is one of my favorite franchises. And I have to give this to Goshiro Aoyama. And he has created as the longest anime series and mangas of all time. And there is another one I'll mention about later in the video. Anyway, one of my favorite series, as he is a high school detective, Shinichi Kudo, until one day he gets shrunk into a little kid as Conan Edogawa, named Detective Conan. One of my favorite franchises. I love this show. And he has created his characters designed so different than other manga artists. Now to this day, the franchise is getting good these days, but still don't know what I can expect of when it comes to an end for Detective Conan. But I'm really excited what they're going to bring to the table when they're going to come up with the finale. I'm really excited for it. And let me say one thing about this particular franchise. This has been on since 1994. It's been almost for 30 years. That's insane. So next year we'll be leading up to 30 years of Detective Conan. But I don't know what they're going to be planning for it. But I'm hoping they'll be announcing very, very interesting. But who in the hell knows. So that is it on Detective Conan. Number 8. Ooh. I have to give this to Monkey Punch, who had created Lupin the Third. Over 50 plus years, this franchise has gone hammed. He has created these iconic characters, incredible storylines. Maybe he'll be the greatest manga artist of all time. I don't know, that's my own opinion. But there's so many he has done over the years. But what I've known for all these years, got to know about this guy, because I've done research during the 50th anniversary video. I'll put down in a link below if you haven't seen it. Anyway, when I was looking at his history, talking about and working on Lupin, and going, wow, this guy's been on for 50 plus years. He's been working on Lupin. And the last project he worked on was the CGI and the Prison of the Past special. And I'm going, wow. And I'm going, wow, I can't even believe it. And this would be the last thing he's going to work on before he passed away. And I think that's what they were going to do right now. So now part 6, and in the future on Lupin the Third, they're going to keep going and the legacy go through. Number 7, I have to give this to Kohei Horikoshi. He has created this manga series. You'll never hear manga series will never, ever be this type of genre. And that will be in the superhero genre. And that would be for My Hero Academia. He sets up a world where quirks have become commonplace, but some people were born without a quirk, taking a spin of the story to a superhero world, seeing a potential for our future hero. This is a very interesting series. But to be honest, I have not continued with My Hero Academia. I think I'm still in the middle of season 5, so possibly around episode 9 or 10. But as of just now, as of this recording, we already announced for season 7 and a 4th feature film. But still, My Heroes is such a great series, and I'm hoping I'll get into it when I can in the future. For number 6, I'm gonna give this to Hiro Mashima. Fairy Tail. So before Eden Zero and after Rave Master, yes, Fairy Tail. He had created a story, an adventure of a popular wizarding guild known as Fairy Tail. And I love that show, man. And I fell in love with that show. I'm going to talk about it on the next segment, why I fell in love with Fairy Tail, and you see why, with my interest with it. And anyway, with Fairy Tail, I absolutely love it. And I don't know how many episodes, around 300 plus episodes? I don't even remember. I need to rewatch it. It's such a great series to take a look at. We have met so many great characters throughout the show, like Natsu, Lucy, Happy, Urza, and Gray, and the rest of the guild. I'm very, very excited what they're going to do for the 100-Year Quest anime, and I'm looking forward. I'm hoping will come out in 2024. I'm still hoping about that. Hiro Mashima, if you're listening, release it, please. We have been waiting for the spin-off series. We have been waiting. Number 5, I have to give this to Hirohiko Araki, who created JoJo Bizarre Adventure. There would be times, seems, in a story from a creator of an ambitious long-time story, JoJo Bizarre Adventure. The story of his story is so unique, and his style will be lead influence so many future artists. And not only manga artists, but animators, music, movies, everything. So that's very interesting. And now we are leading up to, I don't know how many years now for JoJo. It's been like 35 years? Or 30 plus years. I don't even bloody know where we are now. So if you haven't seen my JoJo anniversary video, I'll put down in a link in the description below. And yeah, speaking about JoJo, I haven't caught up with JoJo at this time. So possibly where I am right now, I think I'm still into Stardust Crusaders still. And as of we all know now that the last anime that came out was Stone Ocean, and I can believe that it went so successful. But I don't know if, in my own opinion, if it's good or not. Who the hell knows? Number 4, I have to give this to Hajime Asayama. He has taken a genre into a different place, into a horror style series, and that's called Attack on Titan. He had created a world where humanity is forced to live in enormous walls that are protected by man-eating titans. Somehow it happens. In 2013, it became a mainstream pop culture series of all time and became a very popular series. But in my own opinion, after season 3, I have to say, I think by the end of season 3, I think it kind of died down. I think for a little bit, because I think fans were pretty pissed. I think the fans were pretty pissed because of the time skip and going, why? Why did they do that? In my own opinion, in the anime, they kind of told it pretty okay, but not really at all. I'm just not a fan of that time skip arc. Is it Marley? I think it's called a Marley arc. There's another arc, but I don't remember what it was. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of that arc. I'm just like, no, why does this exist? Why? As done as expected, to one and only female artist, Rumiko Takahashi has created one of the influential series known as Inuyasha, as she's taken an inspired horror setting into the Sengoku period to fight demons and group and find an item to restore before it gets on to the wrong hands. And we all know about the Inuyasha story, and that is one of my favorite anime series of all time. That came out in 2000, and then they came back for the final act in 2009, and funny enough, they came back in 2020 for the Yashahime series, and I was pretty excited for that. And I was very happy we get to see our favorite characters, such as Inuyasha, Kagome, Shippo, Moroku, and Sango. So that's very exciting for us fans who grew up or who are very new to Inuyasha. To me, I was very new to Inuyasha in 2020, so I was like halfway through the show. But yeah, I fell in love with it, and I really enjoyed it. So that is it for Inuyasha. Oof. Every artist knows this creator that exploded with a massive franchise turned into a legacy series will know to the next generation. And that would be for Akira Toriyama, Dragon Ball, as one of the most defining mangas in the decade, and actually with Pokemon and Sailor Moon, exploded the anime genre to the international audience, as it becomes the birth of a global phenomena, as we all know as anime. In the number 1 list, as we explore to over 1,000 episodes into setting sail with our Straw Hat Pirates, One Piece, created by Eiichiro Oda, it has become the most acclaimed stories of all time, shouting to the domination of the iconic franchise as we live forever for this franchise. And I can't even believe it. I don't know where we are. So I think in the manga, we're like in the final saga of the story. And then in the anime, we're still in the Wano arc with the Japanese and the English dub. And I'm very excited what they're going to do with more One Piece. And we don't know how long it's going to be finished. So I bet it's going to finish about, I don't know, for the 30th anniversary in 2029 or something? I don't even bloody know. I don't know when the manga came out. I think the manga came out in 97 or 99. I don't remember. That was like a long time ago. But yeah, that's very exciting. So that is it for my best manga artist in the topic of the week segment. Now moving on to the next segment of the show, and that would be anime reviews. I talked about anime series I got into during 2017 to 2020, just right before the pandemic, becoming what it is today. As for this episode, my gosh, I've been mentioning about this series, as we know, by the creator of Eden Zero and Rave Master, Hiro Mashima, has created, called Fairy Tail. So this was my next series I got into after Cowboy Bebop, and this was 2019. Originally, I wasn't interested to watch a series like this, and at the time was currently on the air, and here's the reason for it. The reason why I got into Fairy Tail, because we have a convention at the time, in 2019, used to be called Mad Men Entertainment or Mad Men Anime Festival in 2019 was the first year for the Madfest Con in Sydney. I was very excited for it. And this was my very first convention. I'd never been before. And it was announced by Madman and saying we are going to have our first guest, only English guest, the voice of Lucy, then future roles I will get to know of, like Asuna from Sword Art Online and Sailor Venus in Sailor Moon, Shermie lead. And Shermie was freaking awesome to me, and here's our photo we met. And back then I was freaking nervous, and it was my very first convention, and she was the first voice actor I met. And back then didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I'm going to say to her, and that was it. And now, by the time this video comes out, I've already done 2 conventions already this year at Suminova and Oz Comic Con. It was such a fun time in seeing the wonderful, incredible guests I had, and so many great people I met during the pandemic, and so many great conversations with them, and even the later times after the pandemic. Well, we are still in the pandemic, but still, after lockdown, I'm just saying, but it's freaking awesome to get to hang with your favorite voice actors, not only talk about anime, but talk about life in general. What's your favorite music genre, favorite movies, or whatever. We can talk about life or anything. Oh, sorry. Okay, anyway, back to topic here. So, I got 2 weeks before the con will begin, and with Fairy Tail, I'd watched SAO at the same time, but I'll talk about it on the next episode when I feel like want to talk about SAO. After watching the first series, I'd absolutely loved it. Then the second series, I'd actually adored that season. Then the third one is a super serious one. Then I had finally catched up with new batch of episodes that was out from Japan between the English and the Japanese cast. They both killed it. But somehow with the English cast, it's a very special one. I'm not gonna lie. But then the finale came. And I was really sad that it's coming to an end. And then I was wondering about the 100-Year Quest anime. But then in 2021, we had finally an announcement by Hiro Mashima himself saying, we are getting the 100-Year Quest anime, and also, it's in freaking production. And I was so happy about it. And I was like, is the cast coming back to reprise their roles? Who in the hell knows? So that is it. So that is it for my anime review statement. Well, that is it for this episode, and we're about to finish up. Thank you, everyone who's been listening and watching this. Hope you all enjoy it. Comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. And hit that notification bell if you want to know when I upload again. Take care of yourselves, everyone, and stay safe, and peace!